Hello, Reef DVMs coming at you here with an update right before the holidays. Christmas has been busy, but as you know, we got this canopy custom made and shipped to us, but it was missing a hinge system. And it didn't get built at the manufacturer because we weren't quite sure how we wanted to hinge it. So instead of, working with it, 1,200 miles away, we asked them to ship it up without the hinge. And we decided we'd do that part of it here as long as we still had the staining and the varnishing to do. So we got our hands on some oak to match everything and went to work on making the hinge system that we would like. Really trying to stay away from springs and metal type devices. In the past, those have never worked really well for us. And we really didn't want it at a stand height of almost 5.5 feet to flip all the way over and stay open that way either, because it would be difficult for us to reach it. So we went with a wooden doll technique, a little proof of concept here that it was going to work. Took some sanding, some figuring out, basically some just, you know, woodsmanship. Once we got it all kind of figured out, we did end up using a stainless steel hinge. So there is two stainless steel hinges in it. And as you can see, we assembled it. It really went quite smooth. Once we got the assembly part of the cabinet done, we proceeded ahead to work with the staining. Wanted to get it stained before we put the light system in. That way it would protect the wood as we start moving it around and flipping it over and stuff. But yet we thought we'd wait to varnish it until after the lights are in so that we know everything fits in case we have to drill more holes. So we got ourselves some Minwax red oak stain. That actually is the stain of the farmhouse here. That way the cabinetry will match all the existing woodwork in the house, and we just basically went to work. As you can see, there's a few minor touch-ups that my wife had to do with the staining, as she's doing here, but it really turned out beautiful. I mean, the Midwax red oak just brings this canopy right to life. So again, this canopy will be standing about 5.5 feet off the ground, and it'll go to a height of almost 6 feet. It'll hold open with those peg systems. So then the next step was putting in the lights. Oh my, what a decision that's been over the last 3 years. Lighting has changed so dramatically. Obviously, we were metal halide fans, then we went to high output T5s, and well, long story short, we've really fallen in love with the LEDs, both for the fact that their longevity has been there for us and the adjustability factor. Certainly not the cost factor. The cost is quite expensive. In this situation, we pre-assembled some AI Vegas. It's a long story, but cutting it right to the chase. We really like the Hydras with the UV light in them, but we knew that the Vegas were the ones we wanted to go with, and we thought we'd just switch out a puck for a Hydra puck to add the UVs into it. So that's exactly what we did. We ordered several custom pucks that we could put in the Vegas to make them almost equivalent to the Hydras, and yet then we get the properties of the Hydra that we really liked with the controller and the variability, and not have to worry about the Hydras always having to be run at such a low wattage because of blasting our tank to death. So here we are changing out the puck. I really thought this would be more difficult. It is not, folks. One thing we did try to do with these lights is position them in a way that would work really good with the aquascape. As you've seen in the previous video, we showed our dead rock structure. We have these lights kind of set up to amplify certain areas of it. So if they don't look completely centered, it's been done on purpose that way. These lights are on a sliding track rail, so we can move them down the road if we wanted to, which makes it quite convenient. So again, here we are changing out that puck. Again, it was pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do, folks. Certainly, one of the components of a lighting system that we like is the ability to have a modular change like this. So again, these Vegas with the ability to have custom pucks made. You could have them all made in blue, you could have them all made in white, you can have multiple different shades of blues, you can add the UV of the Hydras into it, you can have more reds, you can have more greens. There's just so many things you can do. You can add whites or clears. It's fantastic. I really like the ability to work with this company, and the ability to change out the lights as needed. Personally, if an LED system to me is not modular or changeable, it's probably outdated and something I'm not going to want. As the spectrum of LED increases and gets closer to natural sunlight, which is hitting the reef, I only foresee these things getting better. right now, probably my two favorite companies are AI and Kessel. Those are probably my two favorite sets of lights. Obviously, we like the Kessels because of the shimmer, and certainly adjustability factor, we like the AI. So this is what we're going with on this tank. Once we got everything reassembled, it's just a matter of plugging them in and then getting the wireless controller plugged in so that we could run these things through a test run. Once we get through the test run, then it's basically a factor of flipping the canopy back over and starting the varnish. Certainly we hope to have everything varnished probably within the next 2 weeks, and then we'll actually start, showing you the whole piece together with stand and canopy and tank. But until then, I just ask that you be patient. We're trying our best to get as much work done as we can in the evenings. Up here in Minnesota, it's been snowing lately, so obviously we've gotten a little behind because we have to plow ourselves out, and it takes time in the evenings to do that when normally we put it on the reef tank. As you can see here, the LED test went flawless. It's kind of neat to see the different colors. Obviously, it's a little bright on the eyes, but hey, that's LEDs for you. We'll probably start these at a fairly low level as we ramp up so that we don't burn our LPS and SPS corals off. So this is kind of the finished product from the inside of the canopy. It looks great, folks. We're really pleased with it. At this point, we're going to proceed ahead with flipping it over and varnishing. And we'll catch you soon with another update. Thank you.